You know, there's that little tiny cynical part of me that hoped that this movie was going to be crappy, because that way I could have started the review by saying, well, this movie did live up to its name, Trainwreck. But alas, you guys are saved from a terrible pun. Trainwreck is directed by Judd Apatow and stars Bill Hader and Amy Schumer, who not only stars in the movie as the main lead, but she wrote it also. The movie focuses on her character, Amy, yes, her character's name is her name also, who is a woman who is afraid of getting into a committed relationship. She'll do one-night stands or like have friends with benefits, but she is terrified of being in a committed relationship. And she is so like hard-pressed on her career as a magazine writer. So when her boss, played by Tilda Swinton, gives her the opportunity to interview the sports doctor, Aaron Carter, who's played by Bill Hader, she finds that she's attracted to him and vice versa. They start going out and she realizes she's going to have to overcome her fears and actually try to commit to a real relationship that's not just about sex, but it's actually going out, loving each other, all that kind of stuff. Now, this is an early review. The movie doesn't open until July 17th, the same week as Ant-Man, but I managed to get an advanced screening for it, so here's my review for it. In the long run, I thought the movie was good. Judd Apatow really hasn't been on a hot streak since 40-Year-Old Virgin. Oh, you know what? That's not entirely true. I did like Knocked Up. Funny People was okay. I didn't see This Is 40 because everyone told me it was pretty bad. But 40-Year-Old Virgin, I think, was the peak of his, I guess, directorial credits. And here we have a movie that's pretty much like his other movies, and I think it's his best one since 40-Year-Old Virgin, probably. Like 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up, this movie feels very real. These feel like real people. The relationships are very real. The relationship Amy has between her sister and her father is very real, and you buy into it. There's not a whole lot of exaggeration throughout the movie, and it's very believable in that sense. It's not as funny as I thought it would be, because when they marketed the movie as from the creator of Bridesmaids, you'd expect it to be as wacky as Bridesmaids, Heat, or Spy. And Pulp Fiction has nothing to do with this movie. This is half of Judd Apatow's movie, and also half of Amy Schumer's movie, the star and writer. Amy Schumer, I know she's been more of a stand-up comedian, like she has the show Inside Amy Schumer, which I've never actually seen, so I've never been really exposed to this girl. And in this movie, I found her to be very charming. She has her funny moments. I think she is a competent writer, and I grew to actually like her character in the movie. Now, the first bit of this movie is a bit of a mess. Like, the first 10 minutes just feels like a bunch of stand-up, a bunch of SNL skits just sewn together in a movie. And it's just, it didn't leave me with a good impression, like, oh, this movie's probably not going to be very good. Like, I'm just not laughing, I'm annoyed with the main character, but once she meets Bill Hader and they start to see each other more often, that's when I started to like Amy a lot more. And both Amy Schumer and Bill Hader have really good chemistry that they carry the movie. And getting back to the humor a bit, like, sometimes it can be really funny, you know? It can be really funny, but not in a super exaggerated way. And then sometimes it's just not funny at all, whether it's something that is just too real that it's uncomfortable to laugh at, or if it's something that's just downright unfunny at all. There's a cameo here by an actor that literally goes nowhere. It's completely pointless, and it makes the movie feel longer than it actually is, which is another issue I had with the movie. It's about 2 hours long, and it could have been cut by 20 minutes. I feel like I've given out that complaint a lot, like, oh, this movie's too long, you should cut it by this much, but yeah, it really does feel like this movie could have been cut down. One of the best parts of this movie, I gotta say, is Tilda Swinton, which she plays Amy's British high-class strict boss, that one woman you probably knew at one point, that you hate or you love to hate, And Tilda Swinton is practically unrecognizable in this movie. I mean, if you thought she was unrecognizable last year in Snowpiercer and Grand Budapest Hotel, like here she is covered in this fake orange tan. Like she looks like what's that what's that Republican douchebag's name? I forget, but John Boehner, that's who it is. She's as orange as John Boehner, and like she is, outside of Amy Schumer and Bill Hader, she's the standout of the movie. Like she is really funny and really great. In the end, Trainwreck does have really good moments. Again, it's very real. The chemistry between Amy Schumer and Bill Hader works. It like works tremendously, which I think is enough to save it from the rest of the movie's flaws. So in the end, Trainwreck I'd say is good, but it's not really a great movie. Don't expect it to be on the level of 40-Year-Old Virgin, or it might be on par with Knocked Up. I haven't seen Knocked Up in ages, but I think it's definitely Judd Apatow's best movie in a while, and really like to see Amy Schumer in more stuff. Watch, I have a feeling after saying that, that comment's going to come bite me in the ass with some horrible movies starring her, but I like Amy Schumer. I think she's really charming and funny. But anywho, that's my review for Trainwreck. Now, my spoiler review for Terminator Genisys with Ryan Wright of The Real Rejects just went up, so you can go check that out on YouTube at The Real Rejects channel. I also did some reviews for the trailers of Steve Jobs, starring Michael Fassbender, and London Has Fallen. We also did a review for the honest trailer of Magic Mike, which I don't know when that's coming up, but you should go check out The Real Rejects. Tell them that I sent you. And if you've been subscribed to this channel because of my appearance on The Real Rejects, I welcome you here. I hope you guys check out a lot of my videos. And until then, leave a comment and tell me what you think of my review. If you plan on seeing the movie, and if you've seen the movie by the time it's come out, tell me what did you think. Like, subscribe, share me with your friends. And this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one.